Well, I think our experience with Arcure Design Studio was great. It was very systematic. The way planning phase went and the execution and final completion was, I think, quite seamless. So before we started the work, we had a lot of online meetings because I was overseas, and so we all could meet virtually, and we discussed our requirements in the first few meetings, how exactly we want like a smart house, and then the designs were finalized, and for every room theme was decided, and Uttara used to give a lot of inputs on the color coding.
Yeah, and then it was like we were new to interior designing. It's not that we are from the same field. So initially, it was a lot of new experience. But initially, I think Sachit helped us a lot. The first few days, I still remember him telling us, you have to sit down and think. Imagine your place where you would feel peace when you come back from work. Imagine a place where you will be at ease, and we can spend your leisure time and something like that. Then he asked us about what color palette you like, what textures you like. Then we went on to the whether we prefer the warm colors in the house or the designing and other parts.
Correct. Actually, deciding the theme is very important. What type of theme you want to go follow. Correct. And then the whole designing will change. Like the color combinations, modern or little more traditional way you want. That is, I think, was important. And then having 3D design. So Uttara is very good in imagining. I find very difficult to imagine things. So when it was presented to us in a 3D form with exact colors, then it was very easy for us to imagine. So we could freeze the designs like immediately once, with some corrections within a month or so. So before we actually went into starting the interior work, all the themes for all the houses, all the rooms were designed.
We could dream about our home, which we would get after a few months. So and it was a wonderful journey for our dream home to come true, because it went through certain up and downs. Like we imagined certain things, it was there on the 3D, but when it came to execution, sometimes there were hurdles. The things didn't fit in, or they didn't look like what we wanted. But from the team, they were always proactive in changing it. Even if it was finished product, they didn't mind changing it just because it was not going well with the theme, or they did not have sort of resistance for it.
Smart house was a challenge. So a lot of before we actually started the interior work, the electrical work actually took a lot of time and planning and execution. So that was also a coordinated effort between selecting the devices, planning all the wiring, getting the home automation team on board, and then the electrical team from the Arcure. And then all was coordinated, because once that is sealed, then once your external work starts, you cannot modify that. So we exactly wanted what kind of home theater we wanted, where the wires will be. Having a 7.1 home theater needs like a lot of planning for the wires for the speakers and the controls, and we also had lots of devices to integrate. So all the wirings for the devices, in fact, we had to plan way ahead. So we have to buy those devices to get the wires so that they can be inserted before the actual work started. So all that planning was actually and required a lot of coordination, which actually we had a again great experience with coordinating with the team.
And the work started from a scratch, but it didn't end at the just an interior part. It went on to soft furnishing, like choosing the sofas, the
Yes.
puffies, the dining sets, the dinner, the curtains, the crockery, or even your pieces to be displayed. So it was a complete package, you can say, which was offered, and we were not left in between.
Yeah, a lot of hand handling was
Yes.
done for each and choosing everything. So we were giving guidance so that the theme it goes with the theme. It doesn't look mismatched. I think that is again a challenge because again I find it hard to imagine. So a lot of guidance was given so we could choose the right colors combinations.
And we can't forget that the team, the main interior designer or the architect of the team was Sachin, who was based in Pune, whereas we stay in Thane. So it was a remote execution. It was not very easy task for the team as well as him to execute a project which is big enough and with a multidisciplinary team to be on the board at the time. So hats off to him for his executional work.
Yeah, and I think I know Sachit for many years. So he's got a very creative mind, and he gives a lot of time to discuss with you with a full patience, and he will listen to all your inputs, and then he'll come up with some solutions with same patience, and then the execution will be done by the team who is here on ground. So we never had any sort of difficulty in giving lots of our ideas or changing sometimes the ideas. They were always open with the suggestions, and that's why the final product was very impressive, and we feel very good and proud when we come back home. So that was the whole philosophy when we started, that you should feel like relaxed when you come back home. You feel proud that you've done something nice in your life, and feel relaxed in your own abode, and that actually definitely has achieved. So with that, credit goes to the Arcure team for great effort and coordination.